welcome to your Tuesday One show live on BBC One and iPlayer with Clara Amfo.
And Alex Jones. And tonight we are joined by a Hollywood legend, known the world over for his martial arts stunts, acrobatic fighting and perfect comic timing.
Yes, Jackie Chan is here and bringing his co-stars Ralph Macchio and Ben Wang. They'll be telling us all about their hotly anticipated new film, Karate Kid Legends.
Oh, so exciting. Also, we have a musical legend joining us. He's best known for jamming with his guests on Later, which returned to our screens on Sunday. Jules Holland is going to be here to tell us why his first guest, Cynthia Erivo, was simply wicked.
Oh, plus 25 years after her novel Chocolat was first published and made into a film starring Juliette Binoche and Johnny Depp, author Joanne has written the prequel. And tonight she reveals how growing up above a sweet shop gave her a taste for writing chocolate-themed novels.
It's quite peckish now, a bit of chocolate, you know what
I know, it makes you a bit hungry.
You know? And we want to hear from you. So if you have a comment on the show or a question for the Karate Kids or our musical guest, Jules, get in touch on WhatsApp 0330 123 1700 on socials or email.
Now, one story that's constantly in the news at the moment is hacking. Big names like the Co-op and Marks & Spencer have been hit. And today, a distributor for some of the other major supermarkets has disclosed that it's also being held to ransom by cyber attackers.
So the question is, what are you doing to protect your data? Are you doing enough to protect it? Lindsay Russell went to find out.
So with all the hacking happening in the news at the moment, does that make you nervous?
One time I did have someone steal my credit card information.
The last time I got scammed was actually a couple of years ago.
I have been hacked, and it has been worrying me lately, but it's always on your mind.
Twice, me and my wife got hacked.
No.
Someone got hold of my bank details, and that's why I'm got at the bank today. Because
Oh, you're literally going to sort it out now?
Yeah.
Is this something that worries you?
It definitely does worry me because I don't want all of my details out there. I do get calls from people who I don't know all the time because I know I've put my data in something somewhere.
And I just assume that every phone call that comes my way is a scam.
Do you?
I just hang up.
Okay.
I just hang up. I don't even say anything. I just cut the call immediately and then I'll block the number.
Did you change your password a lot? Because we are supposed to do that to be more secure online, or...?
I sometimes do. I may be not as good as I could. I change my password sometimes if I get a prompt. And I try not to use the same password for multiple things as well.
I'm an old guy, so I'm not all that tech savvy, but I do change my bank password. I change it.
Yeah, it's about being safe, basically.
Yes,
And being sensible.
Safe and sensible.
And go change your password.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it really does make you think, doesn't it? Thanks so much, Lindsay, for that. And for information about what to do if you think your personal data has been leaked as part of the recent attacks, then do head to our website.
All right, then. Time now to welcome the stars of Karate Kid Legends. It's the story of how a young boy learns martial arts to conquer a local bully and potentially win the ultimate karate competition. Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio reprise their legendary roles, while Ben Wang is the new kid on the block. Here's a taste.
In life, you have only one question. Is it worth fighting for it or not?
You need to learn Miyagi Karate. Sensei La Russo.
Let's make a Karate Kid.
You have a foundation of Kung Fu.
We're going to build upon that with karate. 2 branches, 1 tree. Remember what you're fighting for.
Please welcome Jackie Chan, Ben Wang and Ralph Macchio.
Welcome. Oh, my goodness, I feel we need to bow or something.
You know?
So Sean has been in touch right off the bat. He says, I really want to say thank you to Jackie and Ralph for giving me such an absolutely awesome childhood. I love the Karate Kid. And Ben, he hasn't seen you yet. Wait for it. Welcome, guys. Jackie, I mean, you've done over 200 films, and the big thing with you is you want to do your own stunts. And I'm sure the same, right, was the case in this film.
Yes, in the old day, we don't have money, we don't have time. We just risk my life to do all the stuff. Until when we have money, we know the technology, the audience, they don't like to see Jackie Chan don't use a special effect.
No.
So until now, I tell Ben, you have to do your own stunt. then the audience respect you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And your acrobatic style of fighting, apparently, it was inspired a little bit by Charlie Chaplin.
No, a lot. Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, Harold. Watch a lot of these kind of films. The old day, nothing, no special effect. They do all kind of crazy stuff. I said, I got to do it. Then I just change a little bit. Usually in my movie, then I just do the same thing. But I hurt a lot. At the end, I see something behind the scene. I say, oh, not that high. It's that high. They still chip me. Then I do the high fall. I thought I have to do the old things.
Oh, my goodness. It's amazing that you're sitting here in one piece, Jackie.
He's here, a man committed. Yes. Ben, you are the next Karate Kid, joining such an incredible history of this character, you know, from Ralph to Hilary Swank to Jaden Smith. Like, you are now the Karate Kid. You beat out 10,000 other actors to get this part. Yeah, you're like, wow, yeah, that really happened. Tell us about your audition tape.
My audition tape?
Yeah, your audition process.
Well, there were many. So, yeah, like you said, there was an open call that these guys put out on the internet. It was global, so there were 10,000 people who I think sent in their tapes in the first week or something like that. So it was actually more than that. So I guess I'm sorry for the 10,000 people whose dreams that I probably crushed. But
we just hope they buy tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, you're so good in it, though. And Ralph, of course, the original Karate Kid in 1984, and our researchers did a big old deep dive. And they found your audition tape. So we're going to have a quick look.
Really?
Okay. Oh, boy.
Yep.
You ever taught anyone?
No.
Would you?
Depend.
On what?
Reason.
How was revenge?
Oh, yeah, a little bit more hair, a little bit more collagen in the cheeks.
Yeah, but even when you see that, you'd already become the role even then.
It's really interesting you say that, because I saw that years later. John Avildsen, who directed that original film, said, do you mind if I put this up on YouTube, which was just starting. I was like, what's YouTube? You know, and he sent me the video clip, and I said, wow, this is amazing. This is 10, maybe it must have been 14 years after. And I said, I see the kid in there that's in the movie. It's like, it's not that far removed from that kind of essence of what that character was. So that goes to say, with Ben, when the right actor's in the room, the right guy gets the right person gets the right part. It was just kind of meant to be.
Falls into place. And not many actors maintain a role for 40 years. That's pretty impressive. Was it nice to be back in this one?
It's great to be back. I mean, it's just... it's kind of never went away for me. I've always been... People always say, oh, everything old is new again. It was never old. It was always new for me, because I would meet people all through the 90s, 2000s, even when things were quieter in the Karate Kid universe, and still everybody would tell me where they saw that movie or what parent took them to see it and what it meant to everyone. And it's kind of unique in that way, that it's multi-generational and inspires for 41 years. And wait till they see Ben in this film. He's another piece of that legacy. It's really amazing.
So exciting. Jackie, need to ask you about Mr. Han and where he is in the present day. So we first met him back in 2010. So who is Mr. Han in 2025?
2025, becoming very hip.
It's true.
Open the school, a little bit money. We have a fashion clothes, not like old day.
He's very well
the first
dressed.
one.
Yeah,
he went
the first one was
like caddy,
poor guy.
Open. And now he's in like designer tracksuits.
Yes. Even to walk like this. It's totally different, Mr. Han. Yeah.
And Ben, these films, I mean, this one is so physical. Sure. And it really looks like they showed no mercy, you know, during the training scenes. How many hits did you actually take?
It's all the ones that you see in the movie, and then maybe...
Oh, my goodness.
A couple thousand more. Yeah, like 3 or 4 times that.
But, Ralph, were you sympathetic? Because obviously you've been through this before.
Yes, certainly, but he was way more skilled than I ever was. But I think that, you know, when we made that first film, we had a lot of time with a few fight scenes, 2 or 3 fight scenes. It was like a ballet. The more you work, the more it becomes a tango, because you're partners, whoever you're fighting. These scenes were a heightened level for the big screen in 2025. And, you know, we've had video games and other things that have come into play where the audiences, you know, they raise their level of what they want to see. But in fairness, in what Jackie said earlier, this is not CGI stunt stuff. This is actual doing the fight scenes. And what Ben went through and the stunt team, it's really quite extraordinary and exciting to see, because, as always, you have to care for the character. And we do. And we do.
Oh.
People the world over do.
Well, thank you so much. Karate Kid Legends is in cinemas from Friday, the 30th of May. We loved it, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Now, one of the incredible things, as you mentioned, that come from films like this is that people do fall in love with martial arts and then want to give it a go.
They sure do. I've been trying not to do this all day.
Clara's like, I must sit on my hands not to do that.
And in honour of our guest tonight, Jennifer Rioch went to meet the next generation of Karate Kids in Glasgow.
From the Karate Kid to Cobra Kai, not forgetting legends like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, TV and film have inspired generations to explore the world of martial arts.
I've seen all the Karate Kids and the whole Cobra Kai series, and it was the original Karate Kid that got me inspired to come along.
The movies are really good, and it does like inspire you more to keep at it and keep going.
Jackie Chan's good because all of his moves he does is really balanced and really controlled.
Since rising to popularity in the UK in the 1970s, karate has remained one of the top 3 martial arts in the country, with an estimated 300,000 people currently practicing modern and traditional styles.
It's been my whole life, it's been my biggest passion.
It makes me feel confident and brave.
Like, I'm having a bad day at school, I come to karate and then I'm literally fixed.
Graham McCann is the instructor, or sensei, at the Kugatsu Karate Do in Glasgow.
It was actually my dad that introduced me to karate right at the height of the Bruce Lee era, and then I've been 50 odd years later, still here.
Why do you think it is so popular?
It's good for self-confidence, self-control. We've found that certainly with the kids there's a lot of improvements in behaviour, attention span.
Things like movies like Karate Kid, the classic, and obviously series like Cobra Kai. Yeah. Do you think they make a difference in inspiring people into this sport?
Certainly at the relaunch of the Karate Kid with Jackie Chan, there was an increase in their numbers there. And so it'll be interesting to see when the new movie comes out to see whether that translates into more people knocking on our door, asking to come in.
In Grimsby, 17-year-old William is chasing his own karate dream. A couple of weeks ago, he took part in the Senior European Championships in Armenia.
Sector of England, I feel happy. I feel dead proud of myself.
A 4 times England para-karate champion, William's speciality is kata, a solo routine with sharp, controlled moves that simulate real combat.
To see, you know, your little boy turn into a young man and compete in such an arena, it was a real special moment.
William's mum, Claire, says that the sport has been life-changing for him.
It gives him an inner confidence that he might not otherwise have. Will's ambition would be to get selected again to represent his country in the World Championships this year, which hopefully will open doors and he'll be able to achieve his ultimate ambition, which is to appear on Strictly and dance with Diane Boswell.
It's estimated that 10% of the martial arts community are people with disabilities. Back in Glasgow, Graham's club runs specialised classes for adults and children.
I think just now we've got just over 100 members, and at the last count of that, there was probably about 30 to 35% with additional support needs or a disability.
Alfie's autistic, and being able to come here and make new friends, build relationships, and that's motivated through karate, so it gives him the life skills, which is really important for his development.
My son Roshank, he comes here, and now he listens to everything, and he's become more disciplined basically.
One thing that Graham has noticed is the attendance of parents who started karate because of their children doing it.
My son had joined the disability class and it looked like a lot of fun, so I decided I would join too, and now I come 3 times a week and I'm 2 belts ahead of him.
I was entering menopause and I feel that karate has made me stronger mentally and physically. It's really helped.
It's been really inspiring to learn that karate and para-karate are more than just learning the moves. They can help people of all ages and abilities feel fitter, more confident and more connected, both in and out of the dojo.
Thank you to all the karate kids that took part, and thank you very much to Jennifer. It was lovely, wasn't it? Just watching you do some moves there while you watched that. It's actually quite surreal.
Truly. I mean, watching that, you know, you guys clearly have inspired all these generations, you know, with your talent and your time and your gifts. Like, how does it feel sort of watching it back at you?
When I watch the dojo, just I remind me when I was 6.5 in my dojo, we were like 100 people. But these days, very lucky, the teacher cannot hit the children. The children can sue.
Jackie!
The children can sue you, right? The family.
Yeah. Well, they can
in the old day, us, 5 o'clock in the morning, run 1 hour with all of full water, like, running. You cannot drop a water, the teacher in the middle like this, pa, pa, and 1,000 punch, 500 kick. Just sometimes stop, boom. Then water like this, hour.
Wow, we still got it.
Never lost it.
In the old day.
But then, Jackie, look at you now.
Exactly.
Look where it led.
Yeah.
See, it was worth it.
He's jealous. He's jealous of all the young
Ben
kids.
Lewis has been in touch and he said, did you draw inspiration from any of the other characters in the Karate Kid franchise?
Did I draw?
Yeah.
I mean,
Here they are.
Here they are. I started doing martial arts in the first place when I was like 8 years old after I watched the Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie. I'm serious.
Wow.
So this is kind of full circle.
Yeah. Well, amazing. I mean, it's lovely. Still to come, we're going to be talking to Jules Holland about the brilliant guests he's got coming up on the new series of Later.
But first, Alex, I believe it was Forrest Gump who said that life is like a box of chocolates. And that is certainly true for Joanne Harris, author of the best-selling novel Chocolat. With a new book on the horizon, she tells us how her work transformed her life and the lives of others.
The story has romance, intrigue, humour, and of course, chocolate.
And these are for your husband, to awaken the passion. You've obviously never met my husband.
It's 26 years since Joanne Harris's novel Chocolat caused a sensation, selling over 1 million copies. Within a year, it was a multi-Oscar-nominated movie starring Juliette Binoche and Johnny Depp.
What I love the most is that it's not really about chocolate at all. It's about joy, it's about sensuality.
Despite the book being like 25 years old, I think a lot of the themes were actually more relevant than ever.
The book and the film follow the story of single mother Vianne, who mysteriously arrives in a small French town and sets up a seductive chocolate shop opposite the church.
It's a kind of Western. Westerns generally are based on the ideas that a stranger comes into a village where somebody bad is in charge, picks a fight with them, there is a showdown, and then they leave.
The almost magical power of her chocolate soon pulls in many villagers, but causes clashes with the strict mayor and priest.
Opening a patisserie during the Holy Lenten fast, I could imagine better timing.
Oh, but it's not going to be a patisserie.
Then what do you intend to?
It's a surprise.
Joanne was born in Yorkshire, where she still lives. While working as a teacher, she wrote 2 Gothic novels, but for a third, turned to her family background.
I was born in a sweet shop. It was a corner shop in Barnsley that belonged to my grandparents, as my mother is French, my father is English, and I thought, you know, maybe I could write something that is about me, my memories of France, and that feeling that I used to get when I went to France at Easter and saw these shops, which didn't exist in Barnsley.
Chocolat became a publishing sensation around the world.
I remember seeing about 6 or 7 people on the tube reading the book and thinking, wow, this is unexpected.
Journalists covering the book's success motivated Joanne to investigate the real world of chocolate.
I went to chocolate shops, chocolate factories. I saw chocolate being made for the first time.
The film inspired many people to become chocolatiers, including Yorkshire chef David Greenwood Haig, who went on to teach Joanne about chocolate making.
When we put the chocolate on top, it's got something to hold on to. Chocolate did influence me, otherwise I'd have been doing more savoury things.
David became embedded in the world of chocolate production. He invited Joanne to the chocolate-growing island of Principe, off the coast of Africa.
I'd never seen a chocolate tree with fruit on before, anything like that. And it was a wonderful experience.
Historically, cocoa pods were exported, but the locals didn't make much money from them. David was involved with a project to bring chocolate making to the island.
When I was talking to little kids on the island, a lot of them had never had chocolate before. Some of what we did was to educate children about what it was that their parents might be making, and that was very rewarding.
Projects like this are helping locals benefit from chocolate.
It was a big deal for the locals because now they were making chocolate.
Back at home, the success of the book let Joanne give up teaching and become a full-time author. She has since written 19 more novels, including 3 sequels to Vaughan's story. But now, she's looking to the past.
Perhaps to understand where you're going, you have to look back at where you came from. So I thought maybe this is the time to write Vaughan's origin story.
Today, Joanne has come to a local bookshop to give fans a sneak preview.
So to help you concentrate, I have brought some chocolates that my friend David Greenwood Haig and I made today.
The new story is set in Marseille and tells how Vaughan is introduced to chocolate by Guy, who is based on Joanne's friend David.
Those little squares of chocolate I'd had as a child were nothing like this. I put the rest of the chocolate aside. My mouth was furred with darkness. He grinned. "Don't you like it?" "Not at all."
Oh, that was just lovely, wasn't it?
Really lovely.
Thank you, Joanne. And Vaughan, the prequel to Chocolat, is released this Thursday.
All right, it's time now to welcome our next guest. It is the Boogie Woogie King himself, Jules Holland.
Very lovely to be here. Thank you.
Lovely to have you here, Jules. Now, the new series of Later with Jules returned on Sunday night with a bang, really. You were performing with the Emmy, Grammy and Tony-winning, just incredible talent. That is Cynthia Erivo. So
she's unbelievable. I mean, she's just out of this world. Film star. You know, incredible voice. I mean, unbelievable voice, actually. We did at the last minute. She wanted to sing God Only Knows, which she'd had done with John Legend. But it's great because she just starts singing it, and there's nothing, and then the piano comes in, and it's just everything. You know, the small things was like enormous. It was amazing. She filled up the room with great. It was great and great. You could see the other people in the room who weren't actually kind of like the other artists. Looking absolutely like, whoa, what is this? It's great.
Well, let's have a little look, shall we?
So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows. God only knows what I'd be without
Great thing about your show that you can see the other artists, Matt, the lovely lady with the red hair, looking on in awe, and like Cynthia sounding incredible. Did you get to rehearse with her much before that performance?
We ran it a couple of times in my dressing room, and that's kind of good, the way to do it, but to keep it spontaneous if it's possible. But that's the whole point. You see Matt looking on, and you can see her like she's loving it as much as I, and you can see I'm thinking, wow, not expecting that at all.
Oh, it's amazing.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah. And this week, you've got the brilliant Beverly Knight.
Yes.
Now, you and Beverly go way back. You performed with each other a few times. She's a great talent. Now, you were really impressed with her footwork as well as her vocals this time around.
Because, because she counted me in, and which is a very traditional way of somebody counting in with their feet. And that's what she did. So I said, let's do that, and your foot will be the drum. So Beverly's foot becomes the drum. And she's got a great thing with Sister Rosetta Tharpe that's on at the moment, which is the first music that I heard. So, yeah, great to have lots of... And Franz Ferdinand are on that one as well. So that's next week, but we're on for the next few weeks. On a Sunday, at a brand new time, of a Sunday night.
Get the plug in, Jules.
I've got to. They've told me that's what I've got to say. Yes. I'll never be asked back. So at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. I mean, let's face it, 10 o'clock, everything's shut, everybody's at home, feeling miserable. We've got to go to work. It's the worst possible moment. Let's cheer ourselves up and watch that.
Absolutely.
Exactly. But it's not just music. There's great conversation as well. You spoke to Holly Johnson from Frankie Goes to Hollywood about, you know, being openly gay in the 80s. Do you enjoy doing that part as well, the conversations?
Yes, I think it's good because some of it's funny and some of it's like kind of just is great to chat, and you realise how, you know, Holly, who I knew from the 80s, you know, when Frankie Goes to Hollywood were in their big sort of thing going on, and how it was at times were different, you know, and so it was quite important for him looking back. It's quite important for a lot of people that he sort of came out, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's great. It's as much fun talking to the people. And the conversations at the piano that I have, I hope, are similar to the conversations, really, that I'd have in the dressing room with people.
Well, people love to just share with you, don't they? Love to share their talents. You know, you've got such a great mix of guests coming on. You know, Franz Ferdinand, Joy Crook, Alt Black Era. So much. There's just such a great atmosphere when you go to a show. People really support each other. What do you think it is about the Jules show that just makes it so special? Because it's been going on for... What year is it in now?
I think it's 33 years.
Yes.
Wow, Jules.
What
Exactly.
keeps artists saying yes?
It's quite simply, I think it's music. It's the power of the music. And the thing that I've realised is it's not the differences between the different styles of music, because it's also, importantly, the home for music that doesn't necessarily have a home elsewhere. It could be folk music or jazz music, as well as great modern pop artists and great legends as well. It's got trying to fit all of those things in. But what you realise is ultimately it's doing the same thing, and it's trying to get music that touches people. You know, it's got to make you want to dance or cry or feel something, and I think it's that similarity that I've noticed between all the different sorts of music and the support that the other artists want to give each other. You know, it's not like a competition. Everybody wants to do their best, but they're all interested to hear one another.
And you bring them all together, though, in such a relaxed manner. That's what I really like about it.
Give them a little cuddle before.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, Jackie, I've got to talk about you and your lovely singing voice. Let's go back to 1999. Oh, he's ready.
Ready.
The classic Mulan. So you sung the Chinese version of I'll Make a Man Out of You. Tell us how that came about. That's really you, Jackie Chan.
He's enamoured.
I love that he's enjoying it.
I love that. You should enjoy the performance. Tell us how that came about.
Just Disney called me. They want me to dub the Mulan. The artists, you look at my all the film to draw all the action. Would you sing some song? I said, yes, because I respect the artists. Then I sing the Cantonese version and Mandarin version, and also Beauty and the Beast. I sing the Beauty da 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 da. I forget the lyric. And the Mandarin Cantonese, I sing. Wow. I have a pretty good voice.
Yes, he does.
Do you think that martial arts skills would help you? I mean, I think it might help with the piano, you know, because you want to sit right, you've got to attack it in a certain way. Like when you were saying you've got to have the glass on you know, all of that, that might sort of help, you know. Do you play the piano?
No. Oh. I tried 3 months, but it doesn't work. Yeah. My hand too big.
We have had a question from Ted, Ralph, and he asks, did you actually play the guitar in Crossroads, which was a film?
I did learn how to play the guitar in many incarnations of guitar: acoustic, electric, classical, blues, which is what Crossroads was about. The Mississippi Delta blues. So. Yes, I learned how to play guitar, but what you hear is not me because we got some professionals to...
But you've got
But, you know, I needed to... It's just like martial arts. You can't fake it. You have to commit to whatever specialty. And in that sense, a lot less pain, although my fingers got a little beat up. But I loved working on that film, Crossroads, yeah.
Well, Later with Jules Holland continues this Sunday evening at 10 o'clock on BBC Two and iPlayer. Thank you, Jules.
Thank you so very much to all of our guests.
I'll be back tomorrow with JB. We'll be joined by Timothy Spall and Jason Isaacs. Jason's starring in The Salt Path, based on the best-selling novel by Raina Wynn, will also be here. And by the way, Karate Kid Legends, 28th of May.
Can't wait for it. Nikki's here with Watchdog on Wednesday as well. Have a lovely evening.
Bye-bye.